me play arrest, that's why you scared of everything. Cause you dodge and deflect, you never stand tall. Big talk online, then you're going fans call. Running from the truth like it's chasing you down. You're the king of the vanish, the ghost of the battleground. You dodge and deflect, yeah, we see what you do. Nintendo drops more nonsense and you swear it's brand new. Every anti-consumer move you claim is perfectly fine. Tell me, man, why does that hairline run faster than your spine?
Hello everyone, I'm the Angry Vigilante. This is my side channel where I post reaction videos to salty fanboys pulled straight from my live streams on my main channel, The Angry Vigilante Show. On the main channel, I also cover gaming news, rants, and full game reviews. I'll leave a link down below and you're more than welcome to come and subscribe and also hang out with me live every Monday morning at 5 a.m. Pacific time. Now we can get into the last video of Player Essence.
So yeah.
I saw a goofy video in my recommendations the other day, where someone tested a $100 PC to see if it would play Sonic games better than the Switch 2, and he sounded shocked that the Switch 2 was way better. Lol.
Have you ever heard of the Dunning-Kruger?
No, I have not. Please explain to us. Let's hear this Dunning-Kruger effect.
Justin? Are any of you guys familiar with the Dunning-Kruger effect? Like, do any of you guys know about that? Why really stupid people think that they're smart?
I mean, does this literally affect you? I mean, is this how you're going to prove how you think you're smart? Because we all know that those 2 degrees aren't doing you that good right now.
That is Switch 2 grifters. It's like Dunning-Kruger overload. They think that they're smart by doing what they're doing and saying what they're saying. They think that they have, gotchas on sales numbers and stuff, but they're actually morons. In this, it's like the Dunning-Kruger Switch 2 effect.
I mean, like you, well, we all know that you're a moron, where you don't add the proper context. Well, I wouldn't really say it's a moron, but you're disingenuous. So you can sit here and call us morons if you want, but you have literally never proven it.
Effect. That's what it is. It was a report. For those who don't know, just a quick recap, very basic. Dunning-Kruger basically did a test amongst a number of people in the populace and gave them a test of like mathematics and other things. And the people who were the most confident, most bravado, most, oh yeah, I nailed that test, they did the worst. And the people that did the best were the ones that were more humble, like, oh no,
Well, we know you have no humility to you. So if he sat here and did a test, we know he would be the type where, oh, I know I did good. We all know which one he would have been.
I think I did okay. It is something that you see all the time in all facets. I think some people will probably say I'm that, which I'm not, because I actually research and I study.
How'd you know I was going to sit here and say, you don't research and study shit? Stop the cap.
Before I talk about things, and if I'm wrong on something, I'll admit it. But a lot of really dumb people that make a lot of stupid predictions and say a lot of really dumb things and do a lot of really dumb things and are shocked on a lot of things when they're wrong are usually the dumbest people. It's called Dunning-Kruger. Or they think that they're the smartest people, but they're not.
I mean, I don't know if we're really smarter than you, but we're not disingenuous. So you can sit here and try to say that we're idiots. You've never proven us wrong, really.
And that's how, like, a lot of these, related back to video games, a lot of these Switch 2 grifters and stuff like that. Yes, some idiot will make a $100 PC and thinks that it can't, like, Switch 2 can't run stuff better than
Yeah, the only way you can make a $100 PC is if you somehow got a bunch of free parts to make that damn PC. I don't see how you can make a $100 PC and it's going to run better than the Switch 2. That makes absolutely no sense.
Crusty. Yeah, that's, one, he's clickbaiting. But two, if he was
Obviously.
actually shocked, yeah, Dunning.
I don't think he's really clickbait. I think he's just trying to trigger people.
Kruger. I can build a PC. I'm smarter than this. Or, no, you're not. You're a freaking moron if you thought that. You know? So, yes, I am not shocked, but yes, this is the Dunning-Kruger type situation with that guy. But that's generally it. A lot of people who think that they know everything, so you can relate it to people who think that they know everything about Switch 2 sales. They're not experts on Switch 2 sales, but somehow all of a sudden they're experts on Switch 2 sales. All of a sudden,
you've never proven us wrong, and none of us have ever once claimed that we were experts on Switch 2 sales. It's not hard to read from a piece of paper. You act like it's so damn difficult.
they're experts on European sales. All of a sudden they're experts. They never covered sales beforehand.
You don't need to cover sales beforehand. It's literally reading off of a piece of fucking paper. There, player essence, it's not hard. It's not fucking rocket science. You act like it's such a difficult thing to do.
They never discussed sales. They never talked about sales. They never did any analysis. They don't.
That's all pure deflection.
But not all of a sudden they don't like something. Not all of a sudden they're experts. Not all of a sudden they're making Switch 2 sales videos. Never did it before.
That's completely irrelevant. Many of us didn't have chat or channels back then.
The dumbest people usually think that they're smart and that they don't need to have experience in doing something before they make statements.
Not really. It doesn't take experience to know how to read a piece of paper. By the time you do YouTube, you already know, or you're already going to know how to do that.
Nobody's buying it. Demand satiated.
Well, that has nothing. If there were literally people saying that absolutely nobody's buying the Switch 2 before the sales came out, which to my knowledge, nobody actually was, and demand is being satiated. It has gone down. When I know you're talking about, when that person sat here and said demand is being satiated, it doesn't mean that no more units are being sold. That is not what that means. It means that the hype has died down. That's what that means. And you know that's what it means.
10 million units sold. Yeah, you dumbass. You didn't freaking research anything. You don't know what you're talking about.
The demand is being satiated. Look at how well it did over the Black Friday. Literally, that proves it.
So, like that, which is a grifter video, right? Justin, that type of thing. Same thing there. The dumbest people will say the dumbest things because they think that they know better than you. They think that they're smarter than you, and they're.
I mean, it's not hard to be smarter than you. We get way more things more correct than you do because we're actually open and honest.
They're not. You brainwash people. What's the definition of brainwashing? I don't know.
What's the definition of fanboy? What's the definition of grifter? You have literally changed the definition of those two words multiple times to fit your narrative. So yeah, he's definitely directing this one at me. At least I was willing to admit, at least I didn't have to lie and change the definition of a word to fit my narrative. That's what you did. You don't even know what monopoly means. There's another word that I can't remember that you didn't even know what that one was meaning. You were using that one incorrectly. I just can't remember which one it was.
Then why would you say that I do that?
Why would you speak about, oh, fanboy? Yeah, or no, I already said that one. Why would you sit here and speak on what we think a fanboy is when you were using that definition incorrectly? Why would you use the word grifter when you're using that one incorrectly? But you know what, here, I'm just going to say what you said when it came to grifter when Omniar called you out. That's just what the slang is for brainwashing.
Why would you say that I do that if you don't even know the
Okay, I will agree. I was wrong. I didn't know the actual definition of brainwashing. You do condition people, you do manipulate people, and you do influence people. How about that one?
If you cannot tell me the definition of brainwashing, why would you say that I do that? Oh, well, you got it. This moron, Dunning-Kruger. They will sit there and talk all day.
That has nothing to do with Dunning-Kruger. We all get stuff wrong. We've all used words incorrectly. It's not like you're this perfect grammar sophisticated person here.
And not research anything and be completely unprepared when people.
I mean, I was well, if we're talking about the debate, no, I wasn't prepared for it, which is fine. Keep bringing it up. Every time you bring that up, people go searching for it and it just gets me more views. Thank you, Player Essence. Keep bringing it up.
Ask them the most basics of reasons why for certain things.
No, you won't. You didn't even ask me jack shit. You didn't even know what you were talking about. Stop the cap.
A lot of people, a lot of content creators are like that.
Like you. We all know you're definitely like that.
Just, they think that they're the smartest. They'll talk about how bad everybody else is and how stupid I am or other people are. And then you ask them the most.
We don't have to sit here and call you that. You make yourself look like that. I promise you, we don't have to run around calling you stupid. All people have to do is watch your live streams, not your long videos, because your long videos actually sounds like you're intelligent, but all they have to do is watch your live streams. You do that all on your own. You push that narrative out there. I promise you, you don't need us to sit here and tell people that.
Basic of things that they've said and they don't know. Really stupid people out there. Same thing with this guy. He really got a $100 PC? Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Oh, let's see here. Same guy, same.
I agree. I don't see how you could build a $100 PC from scratch and you're going to be able to outperform a Switch 2. That I don't see how.
Guys lose street races to Honda Civic. People watch YouTube vid on subject and think they're experts now. Seriously. They watch a few grifter videos, then all of a sudden they know everything about it. Now all of a sudden they've researched Switch 2 sales. They know everything about the Switch 2 and the sales, and they can just talk.
You don't need to know the previous stuff. It's not hard to read off of a damn sheet, you idiot.
Talk about it, despite not covering Switch 1 sales.
We did not have YouTube channels back there. You know, you didn't cover the Super Nintendo sales. You didn't cover the NES sales. I doubt you covered the N64, the GameCube sales. See, I can sit here and move the goalposts too. It's not that hard.
You say,
oh, the gaming grift. How is it going? Gaming grift. Is your name actually, or the gaming grift? Wow. I keep, because of Harmon Smith in that video, he thought your channel name was the gaming or the gaming rift or the gaming grift, and now I keep calling you the gaming grift because of him. But your actual channel name is the gaming rift. That's how stupid Harmon is, man. You missed it. I just reacted to him crashing out.
Sales, Wii sales, 3DS sales, despite not covering Japanese sales ever, despite not knowing trends, despite not knowing PlayStation sales.
You don't need to know trends to read a piece of paper, you idiot.
Or Xbox sales. Now all of a sudden you're a sales expert. Now all of a sudden you knew sales. Now all of a sudden you know how shipment, demand, retail works. Now
you don't know how shipment, demand, and retail works. You were sitting here damage controlling so bad for Nintendo why Japan got a cheaper unit, and you were completely wrong about it. I literally proved it, not during the debate, but afterwards I proved it.
All of a sudden you know all these things when you never covered them before. But now you know them. Now you're an expert on them. Now you can talk about them. Yeah.
Again, it's not hard to read from a piece of paper. You don't need to be an expert to read off of a piece of paper. It literally tells you how much they sold. But how come you don't add the proper context when it comes to it?
It's a grift. It's a grift for YouTube views and money.
Just like you do. Whenever you make a video bashing PC or talking about Steam or something, you're doing it for views too. And the only reason why is because you couldn't make no money on them.
What a load of crock. Crock! What a load of crock from these weirdos. $100 PC, outperform. Okay. Sure thing, buddy. See, biggest problem is pride. Everyone is 100% convinced they're right, and if someone thinks differently, it's because they're just stupid, or worse, bad person. So if you...
Oh, that's very true, especially with player essence. You know, no one likes to admit that they're wrong. I've admitted I'm wrong plenty of times.
So few are humbled nowadays. I'm telling you.
You literally just described him. Even though I know, Action Jack, you're not referring to player essence, but trust me, you just described him to a T.
Telling you, man, Jackson, you are 1000% on that one. I had to work hard to not do that, but that was on a prediction of something. That's not on saying something sales wise and we can see some of the stuff or we can whatever. And
well, I've never made a prediction, so he's definitely not talking about me now.
And simply,
I don't do prediction videos.
Telling everyone it's this, then all of a sudden it's completely that, right? It's completely wrong. So, but yeah, you're 100% right on that one. Stop brainwashing. Stop influencing and manipulating.
I mean, you do influencing and manipulating. You can keep going on about this. That's the only thing. You only keep bringing it up because that's the only thing you have.
It's freaking morons.
See, I don't even know why you're bringing that part up. I had nothing to do with the prediction part, so who are you even talking about now?
Freaking AI slop weirdos, dude.
Oh, you're still just jealous that you can't use the AI like we can. You know damn well if your community didn't blast you for it, you would be using it too. Whenever someone brings up AI slop thing as an attack, it's just a deflection. They can't hold their own, so that's the reason why they're doing it.
I'll tell you, people use AI. People that use AI, like over reliance on AI, they're usually the dumbest people too.
My guy, you use AI too. You use AI to search information. Stop the cap.
Well, they think since they have that information at their fingertips that they know what they're talking about. It's like, dude,
That's what you think too. You don't have information either.
you don't. You're just asking Google for everything, and even
You do the same thing.
that you don't do a good job. That's not research. Just doing that, you got to actually analyze like week to week or month to month, or you've got to look at it from, okay, well, what was the comparison here, or what's the scale there, or what's going on in the economy. Like, there's many factors.
I do take into account what's going into the economy, but it doesn't change anything. Only Japan is the one getting those deals. You're not taking into account the other economies like China, like Vietnam, or any of the other countries. You don't take into account that crap.
Into a sales discussion that if you actually have any type of real, you're not a fraud, you're gonna look at it that way. Who does that? Guys like Spawnwave, right? Spawnwave does that.
I'll take your word on it, but your word don't really mean anything. I've never really watched Spawnwave.
Who does that? Guys like me, guys that have been doing.
You're full of shit. You are so disingenuous. You don't add the proper context. I've exposed you countless times for it. Stop acting like you're this more knowledgeable person and you're always right. You don't add the proper context.
Doing it for a very long time. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's not many that are willing, but it takes time. It takes time and it takes effort to actually.
No, it doesn't. You can just read it. You can sit here and be like, okay, the system's not doing well. That's not that hard. Now, if you want to predict something, yes, you have to have experience to be able to accurately predict what's going to happen. That is very true. But to sit here and give an analysis on its sales data when all you have to do is read a damn paper, you don't need years of experience to read a piece of paper. It's black and white. It's cut and dry, you damn idiot.
Analyze something and to look at it without thinking about how much money you can make off of it by making it the most clickbait.
My guy, you do it too, to sit here and make money. You upload it. If you didn't, you wouldn't have the monetized factor on it. You wouldn't be having to beg people to go watch your video. If you didn't do this at all for money, you wouldn't have to pull a DSP and beg on your live streams.
Thing out there. And then by blaming it all on, well, here's the article, so I've got to make people watch it, So I think, like I said, that's what we're dealing with a lot of people these days, man. That's what we're dealing with a lot of people these days.
You're referring to yourself in that one.
Justin with another 3. One of the noted anti-Nintendo YouTubers already put out a video recently about Nintendo withholding Switch 2 stock in Japan.
Most likely they are. I guarantee you, if they wanted to send a lot more stock to Japan, they could. Are you kidding me? You don't actually think they could? Early in the Switch 2 launch, the Nintendo was literally talking about, now I don't have the article in front of me or remember where it was, but I do remember, I believe it was Nintendo Prime saying that when Nintendo apologized that they couldn't keep up with stock, they were talking about relocating units from other countries to send to Japan because they couldn't keep up with the demand. You don't think they can't send more if they wanted to right now?
There's withholding it. Just don't send it there. They're withholding it. They're not doing, like, see what I'm saying? Like, it's a new grift. Every time that they're wrong, or every time that
it's not really a grift. That one is probably a fact. Now, if they try to say that it's factual, then maybe it is, because you can't, we have no proof that that's what they're actually doing. But if someone gave an opinion and said this is an opinion piece type thing, then no, it's not a grift, you damn idiot. You do videos all the time when it comes to your opinion. You do videos talking about what the next direct is going to happen. Is that a grift?
Something comes up, it's a new grift. It's a new lying mechanism, coping mechanism. Once again, Dunning-Kruger mechanism. They're trying to overthink and think that they're withholding or they're this. Nintendo has a Japanese language only model Switch 2.
It's the same Switch 2 as ours, just only in one language, no difference.
So,
or no real difference.
You can't just press a button, then all of a sudden the Japanese language model Switch 2 becomes not a Japanese language.
How do you know? It's a software thing. I seriously doubt that it was baked into the hardware. I am pretty certain. Maybe you don't press. No, you probably do press the button. You probably press a button that allows it to download the other languages. I am pretty positive with the amount of money that Nintendo has, they could easily turn a region locked system into a non-region locked if they really wanted to.
Model only Switch 2. There's other things that in terms of the production and the shipping, tariffs, other.
I seriously doubt that in terms of production is completely different. If they really wanted to, they could turn those regular units into a region locked unit. I guarantee you they could. Can I prove it? No. But I'm gonna use a little bit of common sense here. And I'm not even a massive tech person.
Things once again. But of course, you need speculation, right? You need speculation.
You give speculation all the damn time.
You need to throw out smoke signals.
You do it all the damn time too. You were doing fear mongering before the Black Friday holiday. Stop the cap.
You can't just say what the truth is. You can't just say that. You need to put out there questioning of everything, because
and you should question everything.
If you do that, it once again fits your narrative of the grift, of
just like your grift,
explaining why Switch 2 sales did this or it did that, instead of just reporting it for how it is, instead of just saying what it is and giving a good analysis on the topic. Once again, you cannot.
And you do that? Maybe if you had the proper context, I would say you actually did give a good analysis, but you don't add the proper context.
Take Switch 2 grifter channels. You cannot take negative AI thumbnail slop channels. You cannot take any of these people seriously.
And you can't take people with a massive forehead and a terrible hairline who are disingenuous and don't add proper context seriously either.
I've already said this once. I'll say it again. We've already done debates. We've destroyed everybody that we've debated against on this topic. Nintendo Prime is destroyed.
You didn't destroy OmniArc, so you can stop the cap right now.
Well, nobody's actually debated Nintendo Prime on that. From what I remember, nobody's debated him. But if anybody did debate him, he would destroy everybody on that topic.
That's speculation right there. You're doing everything you're complaining about.
We've already done this. We've already went through this. It's silly that this is still happening, but I'm hoping by the end of this year, by next year, this stuff just evaporates. I'm hoping.
You said the same thing before, my guy.
Right now, like I said, but I said this before. I said you got to get your videos in now. Get your fake sales videos in now. Get your lying fraud video. Get all that in now, because you're not going to be able to do that after 3D Mario.
Yeah, you said that also last year too. But guess what? Same thing to you. Get your videos in now. Get your pro Nintendo Grip videos before the community, the rest of the Nintendo community wakes up. They're already walking away. That's why your views are going down.
After a Pokemon, and you can truly see the sales blowing up and the sales doing, like, you're not going to be able to do that.
I mean, I don't see the sales blowing up even more than what they are. I think when it comes to a 1 year of sales, I do honestly believe, yes, this is me speculating. This is me using some common sense. I think that that's the most systems going to sell in 1 year. That's just me being honest.
After this year. So get it in now. I've already said this once. Get it in now. This is the only time that you're going to be able to make this type of money on Nintendo Switch sales, negative or whatever, or trying to speculate on certain things, because it's early. It's still early in the life. There's been some reports when it comes to the US NPD.
That's fine. And there are more sales than you could talk about than just the Switch 2. You can also talk about the games. Trust me, there's plenty more that I can criticize. I don't just have to make sales type stuff.
Or Circana, we'll see about Thursday, or we'll see about December and all that. So yeah, so get it in now. I don't blame them. I don't, George, I don't blame them. Get it in now, because you won't be able to do it. People made not a killing, but people made a lot of money in the Switch 1 era. People made a lot of money on grift videos about Nintendo failing, right? In the first year or two, people made a lot of money because of.
Like you? I heard that in the beginning you were one of those people that were against the Switch 1. Just what I heard.
Throwing out the speculation, oh, they're doing but by 2019-ish or so, it was pretty much done. You couldn't really so you had to move to something else. You had to move to how, okay, the graphics in Pokemon Sword and Shield, N64 tree, frame rate.
The Pokemon and Sword and Shield, the graphics, the frame rate, they were all terrible. The performance, those were actual criticisms. Did you actually have those?
Matt, you have to move to actually talking about other things with the games. Like you can't just.
We are talking about the games. Do you not watch OmniArc's video? You know how many videos he's done on Pokemon? He does talk about the games. Are you kidding me?
grift on sales. So like I said before, get it in now, get it out of your system, and then get ready to move over to something else. You know, get ready to move over to something else. So the grift is ending. The sales grift will end by this.
Oh, he has to move it, you know. And no, that's not true, because they can see you start doing well and then they can start falling off. Guess what? It all depends on the games, like you sit here and say.
Time next year, yes, because 3D Pokemon's going to be out. New big 3D Pokemon, Gen 10 Pokemon's going to be out.
I'm about to say, we already had a 3D Pokemon, and you have no idea if this Gen 10 Pokemon is going to be any good or when it's coming out.
Probably new Mario is going to be out, and probably one more other big game is going to be out. Fire Emblem's going to be out, obviously. Mario Kart's going to get...
I actually am excited for Fire Emblem. That one I am extremely excited for.
Probably DLC, that's going to help. So yeah, they're probably going to announce a new Smash Brothers game. Because remember, we have 3 directs, okay? So by this time next year, we'll have probably at least 7 to 14 big new Nintendo Switch first-party games.
My guy, let's not pretend Poke-P is going to be a big major Switch 2 game. Let's not pretend like Tamagotchi Life. Well, Tamagotchi Life actually might be. Let's not pretend every single game Nintendo's going to release is going to be a big major first-party game. Because guess what? Not every game that came out last year, Fast Fusion wasn't it, even though it was an amazing game. Drag X Drive, Welcome Tour, even though you wanted to count them as first party titles, they did not do well. Just because it's a first major party title doesn't mean it's going to do well.
Talk about, or that have already launched, right? Games that are launching that came out, we played, and games that were announced. Because this upcoming Nintendo Direct, we've got a summer Nintendo Direct, and then we've got a fall Nintendo Direct. So we've got 3 directs, probably totaling almost 2.5 to 3.
Okay, congratulations, but I'm not going to do this what if. You're literally sitting here talking, or you were complaining earlier about the whole people speculating, not being correct. You have no idea. Nintendo has had terrible directs. You guys literally hyped up a fake general direct, and then it came to be a partner direct, and so many people were disappointed because of it. Now, I actually didn't mind the partner direct because they had some amazing games that they showed off.
Hours worth of content, probably each with at least 2 to 3 showcase first party games. So we're looking at...
Doesn't mean that they're going to be all awesome here, but you think every damn first party game from Nintendo is awesome.
Like I said, around maybe 7 or so plus games. And then if you add in the games that we got last year announced that we're going to get, right? So well more than 14, 15 games, right? Yoshi, like all that stuff that we've...
Doesn't mean they're all going to be high quality.
Already gotten announced, plus the new...
You can cry in the comments, but you won't survive. Like and subscribe if you feel that vibe. We're hard.